This was my sitting room. You can see.
Pakati, whose nephew's one of the miners still underground, told us he understands why his neighbours broke his house to pieces and sold them for scrap. He says his entire suburb was dismantled in the last 2 years by people who were desperate for jobs. Like his nephew and hundreds of others who went down this disused mine shaft digging for gold 2 kilometres underground. Most of the mines in this area closed more than 30 years ago.
Some of the women that were vandalizing this, their husbands is under there. They are underground. So because no access for them to come out, they are sleeping with an empty stomach with kids.
Police say they've arrested thousands of illegal miners at hundreds of disused mines in an operation that was launched a year ago. They've been at the top of this shaft in Stilfontein for weeks, but hundreds of miners below haven't come out. After police were accused of trying to starve them out, equipment's been brought to the mine in preparation for a professional rescue operation. Volunteers from the nearby community say they pulled several miners up last week, some unwell and one of them dead. The rescue volunteers are signing indemnity forms again, stating that their operation is carried out at their own risk, and it's with very basic equipment. This is the spindle that they've been using to lower food, messages and rescuers into the shaft. And people involved say this time they're going to lower somebody down to communicate to the miners that a professional rescue operation is being planned. The volunteers say those below are now too weak to come up and their rope is too worn to lift them. Police don't believe it.
These illegal miners are refusing to exit on that particular shaft because they are avoiding arrest.
Pakati came to the mine to try and find out if his nephew's still alive. He says the government should license and regulate the informal miners, and that if it doesn't let them dig for leftover gold, they'll be stealing scrap from the rubble of houses like his or committing worse crimes just to survive. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Stilfontein, South Africa.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.